All right, hi, this is Atticus, and welcome to Series 1, Episode 8 of our first look at Manor Lords. Now, this episode is going to be kind of special because it's going to start out with a before and after look at our regions. And the reason I say that is that you've probably heard me complaining that our food setup is just horrid, particularly in Bountiful. And really in all three of them. But if we look at Bountiful here, we have grown it very, very quickly, too quickly. We've got 25 burgage plots. 5 of those are level 2. But if you'll look, we have no veggie gardens grown anywhere. And we only have our 4 farmers out here working, 4 families running 12 plots, 12 small plots. So any 8 of them will be active at a time, which means there's 4 wheat and 4 barley active each season. No, that's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Sorry. 4 wheat, 4 barley going each season. And our berries are, not awesome. Our wild animals, not awesome. A lot of problems here with this one, and it's heading toward a bit of a death spiral. Because if you look at our food, we just got berries and a few eggs. So the berries will go out to everyone. The eggs will only go out to, of course, the number we have, 8 people. And this is at best if we're doing a really good job distributing them. And that means that of our 27 houses, 27 minus 8, or 50. All right, sorry, I just had a good laugh at myself. 27 minus 8 would be 19. 19 houses are going to eat only berries, which means they're going to eat a whole berry. And 8 of the houses will eat half a berry, half an egg at the end of the day. Mathematically, I don't know which one they'll actually eat, but at the end of the day, mathematically, that's how it works out. So we're going to eat through those berries very fast. And you can see we don't have trustworthy animals here. In fact, we've got them down to 6. It's horrid. And this is not ready for prime time yet to get us a supply of bread that we can rely on. So we don't have any vegetable gardens set up. So this Bountiful region is ready to collapse. It's so bad that I was really tempted to just start over. I really was, but I didn't want to declare failure just yet or admit defeat or however you want to look at it. I wanted to fix it. And we've got a similar problem, not as extreme, in Central. And we know that Ironton, just every month to month, it's just barely hanging on. We just keep seeing it. It's just out of food constantly. So I said, okay, I will fix this. And rather than having you go through all of that with me, I'm going to show you what I did and walk you through a few things because I think it is instructive. I learned while I was doing it. Hopefully you'll be able to learn from it as well. And we'll see if we can't do a better job managing food. So what I'm going to do is load up a save. I loaded this up and played through it and got it fixed. And I basically just worked on Bountiful. I worked on Bountiful for, this is September. I think it took me for maybe 4 to 5 months to get it all straightened out till it's working the way I'm happy with it. So let me load that up. All right, so let's take a look at Bountiful now. As you can see, there are 7 vegetable fields. There's a bunch of chicken producers. There's a whole bunch of food in this city now. Just a whole bunch. And how in the world did I do that? Well, if you'll notice out here, I doubled our farming. So we're still doing the wheat and barley, still the same idea, 0.3 Morgan fields, 4 families in this house, 4 families in this house. And is it working? I can't swear that it's working great, but we do have, we have 1 bred, so you tell me. But on the other hand, it's just July, and a lot of this was, because I added this, it kind of, it actually kind of hurt the other harvest as well, because they started working on stuff out here before this was even built. But anyway, here's the basic thing that I did. The first thing I did was go to my handy dandy spreadsheet to see what should this look like. So I looked at the total number of burgage plots, 25, and then I looked at the level 2 ones, 5. So that means there's 21s and 5 2s, right? So I have gone completely nerd now and actually built this thing so it computes everything for me. So what I can do is take a scenario. So for example, we said, I'm sorry, I've already forgotten it. 20 and 5. Okay. So we said there were 20 level 1 plots and 5 level 2 plots. So what this thing does now is it says, okay, and also you can check, do you have a rich meat deposit or a rich berry? See, rich berries would be 400 versus 200. Anyway, what it does is it looks to see, we know you're going to have meat, you're going to have berries, but can they be your main one? So when you get to veggies as your first big decision, it looks at the first 2 to see if those 2 are your big boys. If they're not, it makes it one of them. So vegetables becomes one of the ones that you need to have. And it calculates how many do I need to feed everybody. And then we're already taking into account how many can I feed with the meat, how many can I feed with the berries on average monthly. Then the eggs, it looks at the eggs and it says, okay, what I want you to do is figure out actually I'm going to take this one off because we don't even need it. I wanted to say, okay, what's the, how many eggs should I have to supplement everything else? And the logic I'm using there is, okay, either fill up, what's the smaller of these 2 numbers? Either put eggs in all the level 1 plots that don't have vegetables, right? Or divide the total number of plots by 4 and do that many chicken coops. Okay, now why is that? Well, think of it this way. 7 times 4 is 28, right? So if I can get to a situation where I have 4 food types, my 7 eggs can feed the entire village. And they will perpetually feed the entire village as long as my other food types are always there, right? It's just, that's a fact, Jack. So that's a nice little trick. We think because they only create 1 per plot that they can't possibly, feed everybody. So we've been thinking about them as feeding 2 and 3, and that's their main job, and they can certainly do that. But with 7 and other food types around, that spreads them out more, and ideally, when you have all 4 of them humming, you actually can feed, these 7 eggs will feed everybody and make everybody happy, make your popularity go up, make your taxes go up. It's all good. So anyway, this is what I figured out. We need to have 8 veggies and 7 chicken coops, and we need to do wheat. I also built a little calculator to say, okay, if I have wheat, given how much wheat I need to feed a family, how many Morgans of wheat would I need to feed these families, and then how many families would I need farming to support that many Morgans of wheat? And it does the same thing if you're going to grow flax and barley. You can do the whole thing. So in this particular one, we're growing wheat and we're growing barley, and we need 10 families out there. Now I've got it built up to 8 right now, and we can, as we get a couple more laborers, we can go ahead and build it up and put another farmhouse out here with some more fields to build it up even more. But this one is pretty much ready to go now to move up. Now what did I do besides the tactic I took was build a plot that's going to have a vegetable garden. So give it a decent size and make it 2 wide. I've totally changed my tune on 2 wides, and I think later in this episode you'll see why. But make it 2 wide, give it a good garden so it'll produce well for us. Then get your chicken coops. Make sure you got the chicken coops. Doubled up that, and then also went out here to the trading post, gave it another trader, and set up trade for food so that we were buying eggs to maintain, in this case, 40, and vegetables 40. So if the numbers fall below, we go ahead and buy them at a reasonable price. And what that does is, because if you have plenty of veggies and plenty of eggs, what will happen is, as your other food sources, the strain comes off your bread and the strain comes off your berries, then, and the veggies and the eggs look better, then everybody does better, because now each one of these is being consumed at 1/4 the rate that it would have been if it's in the situation when we loaded the right before these changes, where the berries were having to feed everybody and we were eating through our berries very quickly. Now, when this is really rolling, we will be eating through our berries very slowly, and our eggs actually, by having 1/4 of the plots in eggs, will actually, if this is all, like I said, we're up and rolling, you won't even have to do the import anymore, because you can still keep the trade there open, but you'll never run out of eggs in theory, because once you have a bunch and you've got them ready to distribute in your market, and you continually create 1/4 of the number of plots that you have in more eggs, which is 30, as long as we keep making that many eggs each month to replace what just got eaten, we will never even have to buy. And if we do run a little low, if something falls off, then we've got that backup trade to make sure we're back up there where we want to be. All right, you follow that? I mean, it seems like you're going to give away all your money to buy food, but you're not. You're basically giving yourself some bounty, which actually makes all your food cheaper. So that to me was an eye opener. And so this city isn't quite, it's not done by any stretch, but it's looking good now. It's looking like well, it's not a city. What is it? It's a large village that wants to be a small town and will be a small town. So there's that. Now, in Central, I want to keep wanting to call it Waldbrand. In Central here, same kind of a deal. So let's look at Central. It's got 22 total plots. 2 of them are burgage. And I think I planned it out for having 5 burgage, which would then be 17. I think I did it for 17 and 5. I'm not sure. I can't remember now. And what's the problem here? Oh, stable. We're trying to get, I don't know why it's giving me that message actually, because I think we're 6. Oh, we are still. I think I've double ordered horses here. I think I goofed, but I'm going to upgrade that one right there, and that'll give us enough stable space. Where was I? Oh yeah, let's go back to the spreadsheet with. Let's do numbers like let's think when it goes to its next settlement value level at large village. So we're going to say there's going to be 5 level 2s and 22 minus 5, 17 and 5. Okay. So now all we do is just go here to go 17 and 5 and nobody here. And this is the plan. And then we can say, okay, are we going to farm? As I recall, this one, the barley is ridiculous. Yeah, it's pathetic. There's a little you could sneak some out. But I decided to just go ahead and, we've got some emmer fertility right in here. So I went to the center of that deposit, if you will, because the highest fertility is right here, and it goes down as it goes away from the center. So, and I put the house, of course, right on the best possible fertility, so that we could sneak the farms right around it. And since I'm only going to grow 1 crop here, I made the fields 0.6 Morgan each, and did 3 of these. 3 will be on 1 year. Next year it'll be these 3. The third year it'll be these 3. So the 4 what do I have? I have 4 families in there. Really could do this with 3 families. I could, but we've got 4 families in here working these fields, so they should do fine. And this has just happened, so this is going to be another one of those awful harvests the first year. But after this year, it should be flowing pretty nicely. 5, 17, and 5. Okay, so we got our 17 and 5, and we are going to grow some wheat. So this says you need just under 2 morgens of wheat, and you need 3 families working that. And we saw I have 4. Let's see, do they have rich anything? I don't think so. No, both their food deposits are normal, their meat and the animals, so that's not checked. And so it calculated we need 6 veggies and we need 6 eggs to get the job done here. So I did the exact same thing. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think I'm not quite really finished here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually need one more veggie farm to make this right, if you will. And what I did was actually, I would build one, like over in Bountiful, I would build a veggie farm. As soon as it finished, I would blow up a level 1 plot that was smaller and didn't have room, to grow, and didn't have anything on it, like wasn't doing chickens or goats or anything. So in this case, I think I'm just going to blow one up and then wait for that to clear, and we'll put another plot right here. Okay, so that was pretty fast. So let's go in here and put housing. Oh, let's just go up through here. I wonder if we can get it to we can get it to kind of take that area. Make it one house. There we go. That'll be a good veggie farm. Vegetable field. So that gives us our vegetable fields that we need. And the benefit there of making it a double is I can actually sneak some extra workers on here, and that's what we're going to be doing from now on. I think we're going to be, because it's weird, plots eat food, families work, so we want workers. All right, so that is central. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It actually has 7 chicken coops. It needs 6 at a minimum, so it's good on the chicken, on the eggs. I took the same tactic, a little bit of importing. I think I did some, we're importing some wheat, and we're importing some grain, and we're importing grain so that we can keep these running. I hope I have them staffed, and I do, so we can start making bread. And you can see here we've got the meat is low, of course, it typically is. Veggies, berries, eggs, but we need all that stuff so that our meat can catch up and do better, right? So I think I might have even bought some meat, did I? Food, meat, yes. We're importing meat as well. I'm trying to get that meat. If we can get them all up higher, it takes the strain off all of them. So anyway, I'm beating a dead horse now. That's the idea. So there's Central done. Now Ironton was actually relatively easy because we already had quite a few vegetable plots, right? And we've got the rich animals over here, and we're already importing the grain in order to make bread. So Ironton, look at Ironton, how much it's turned around now. Good meat, good vegetables. The berries are low. I goofed up long ago. Some of you noticed. I had a woodcutter right here, and I think he cut down one of the berry bushes. So there's specific bushes here that represent the growth of the berries, and I think we cut one down, clear cutting this for firewood, and knocked that down to 48 instead of 64. But shame on me for that, because that does hurt. But we could even get some berries in here and make everything go longer. We're down to 1 coin, so maybe not. And maybe some of this importing is finally catching up here. So we'll have to look at and there's so many ways we can make money. We've got a ton of iron ore. I mean, one of the things we could do, we have a rich deposit. If we wanted to be, not even have to think about a supply chain, there's 1,000 iron ore here. Once we have some, we can just say export the iron ore. We don't even, we can just have our trader dude go do that. We can't afford a horse for him. Once we get that hitching post done and we have some money comes in, we'll get him a horse and let him start riding off to, he would probably go over to here and sell some iron ore for us, and that would be great. Now, so these three, I feel much better now. If you can probably hear it in my voice. I feel much better about what we've got now. It's not perfect, but it's getting better. Now I want to found a new region, Nuslo, and I'm going to rename it to what is probably just an Americanized version of Nuslo. We're going to call it Neslo, and that name has some significance because that's a region I remember hearing my father refer to. Well, he wasn't my father, he's my dad. My dad referred to Neslo, an area in West Virginia. I think it was a coal mining town or something like that, but he knew people from there or whatever. So this is going to be Neslo, and let's take a look at Neslo and decide what we want to do. Well, Neslo has a nice situation up here up on the hill, up on the mountain here, sort of. We're up on the high ground. We've got rich animals and berries near each other, and we've got a rich iron deposit, and we were trying to build a military. This one to me just screams, get yourself an armory village. So our goal here is to build a village that will support blacksmith, and we're going to make armor and helmets and weapons of destruction to build our military. So we're going to put a road between, well, in fact, before I do that, let's look at fertility. Look at Emmer. Now, if we wanted to do, notice right down here, which is probably, a logical place for our trading post, but right down here is decent. Got a little bit of 3 and some 2 fertility for Emmer. I don't think barley's going to have anything. Barley is almost nothing. Flax is almost as bad. Rye, you can do rye, but we'll never get the rye in this village, not in this playthrough. But if we wanted to, we could do some farming here. There's some patches where we can do enough to support a small village. And look at this. This is interesting. Look at right here around our berry patch. We could farm right here if we wanted to, but we're not going to, because we're not going to build that big a thing. I'm not going to overbuild this one. We're going to make this one simple. Did I build a road? I'm going to. All right, road between the berries and the fruit, the meat and the fruit. So that's going to be kind of center of our little village. And let's put a little crossroads out here. We'll do the Pinstar Banished Crossroads build. Okay, so let's we need our treasury money to found this region. So we're going to go here. We're going to go to administration, get a settlers camp, and we're going to put it somewhere convenient to this, but not quite, but definitely not in the way. So convenient and not in the way. Let me think about this. If our storage is here, our industry can go here, our housing can go here, market here, housing here, and here. So convenient but not in a way would be like maybe over here. And we're going to do the modest. We don't need the average. We just don't need all that stuff. And we'll confirm that. Now, the first thing we're going to do is use a worker camp. This is something I've kind of hinted at coming. We're going to use a worker camp. I have found it to improve how quickly you can get new recruits and keep your people happy. What is going to happen now is once that's built, they will have a home, and we will not suffer any homeless penalties. And that's what drags you down. So as long as you stay above 50 and above, we're going to get new recruits. So we could technically get a new recruit right now based on that. So we're going to kind of use the same kind of build. We're going to go granary and storage, kind of centrally located between our two food sources. And we're going to get, I actually kind of want to get that done first. And maybe that, and the granary second. Get that food off the ground in case a rain comes up. So here you can see they built a little home base for themselves, and 5 families can live there. It's cramped, it can't be upgraded or anything, but they're content to live there. We're getting no homeless penalties, and there the people are moving in, and we'll get this thing built and we'll get started picking up food. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and site it in case there's some work can be done on it. We're going to put in our logging camp. We're just going to put it right here in town. Very convenient. Okay, storehouse. We want to get those goods off the ground, so somebody go work on that. Okay, do we have any timber left? We have 1 timber. Shucks. 2 would be great. Let's go. The berries have already grown. I wish we could have started earlier. Okay, we're not going to worry about that. We've got enough time, I think, to get them all. So let's get everybody on the logging and get some logs, accumulate logs. And actually, as soon as we have 2, I'm going to build a house. Because if you look, we could take another, beginning September, we could already have somebody moving into our little village. As soon as we have 2 timber, well, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and place it. We're going to go like this. We'll build it off of right here. It's going to be a little wider than we're used to seeing. And it's going to be, it might be too wide. Let me try. I don't think that's going to work, but, oh yes, it does. Perfect. Oh, we can even build it. All right, so there's our house. We want to get that built. So I'm going to take somebody off this. I'm going to take 2 people off this. I want to get that house built so we can get somebody to move in. Remember, we can keep these people here for a while. So we'll build this house right here. And we've got one built, and see, we have room for 6 families. We only have 5. We could expand that for 2 more, but it'd be better to have another plot. So let's go. Perfect. Let's get 1 more built, and then we'll worry about getting in our own food. And we still have people on here and here that we don't really need right now. And I'm going to go ahead and put in a market. Market. Bigger than I'm used to building, but that's good. All right. All right, so we have 2 built, 3 more, and we actually get a hit a bonus. So here's our market. Why don't we do a road around it? And let's build some housing. Do we have room? Yeah, we got 5. Let's go with now. Okay, step back. Now, let's stop for a second. Let's plan this out. We said we wanted to take advantage of this rich deposit of iron, and we want to have a blacksmith community. So let's plan what that means. If we look at our development, we definitely want the trade logistics, just because we need to be able to trade to make some money, and we need to be able to afford those trade routes. We don't necessarily need the better deals, because I don't see this one doing a lot of import. Now, we could use that same tactic we used before, import some food and get it in there, but the food routes are not as expensive. Or, well, no, sorry, forgive me. The food would be too expensive if we don't have that one. But for now, we're going to take this one. Then we're going to go straight down this. We're going to go basic armor making and make helmets. Advanced armor making and make mail armor. And we probably will, we're not going to target master armor making yet. But if you look at the advantage of this helmets, we can send, if we send helmets off to Ironton, to our militia in Ironton, that would make them all much stronger. Right now, right now they've got their wooden shield, they've got a spear, but their heads are exposed. We can fix that. We can make them much better, and we can also use it to equip other militia that we might make. And the mail armor, we can actually use that in helping to promote new retinue. And if we have any level 3 burgage plots in each of our cities, which we will have, then we can give them the mail armor, and they will be better equipped to fight. So, very nice. So, that being said, we need 3 development points, right? So if we look at the town levels, this would be 1 point, 2 points, 3 points. So we need to get to a large village. We can hit large village with only 10 total plots. And in fact, it would be 5 level 1 and 5 level 2 would actually allow us. This is the least you have to have. You have to have 10 of these and 5 of these, but if you have 10 total, you can have 5 and 5 and hit those numbers. So that's all we need. And so let's build a plan around 10 houses. So we would have 5 level 1s and 5 level 2s. And we would not be doing any farming. And we do have rich meat. So as you can see here, our rich meat is going to supply, can easily supply our stall. And our berries can supply our stall. So we only need 2 vegetables to get a good coverage on vegetables, and 3 eggs. That's 3 times 3 is 9. I don't like that. Let me see if what I'm doing wrong there. Round up D4 minus F6. Sorry, this is super nerdy. What in the world? Oh, D2 minus F6. So how many L1 plots you got minus of those? Oh, I see what it is. Because we've only got the... what it's saying is you're not going to necessarily build chicken coops on your upgraded burgage plots. They're probably going to be on your level 1s. And so it says we only have room for 3 because we're using 2 of those for veggies. But the truth is we're only going to upgrade 3 of those level 2, so we know we can get another one. And we want to have 4 chicken coops so that we can have that, if we get it all going, we get that feed them all loop. And then this guy here, what have I got him doing? Okay, if we don't have 2, see, we do have 2, so if we don't have 2, he would become a primary, but he's now treating himself as a secondary, and he's using the E6 as his value. I'm sorry. 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 I'm sure 2 of you got that. Okay, so anyway, what he's doing is saying, okay, I don't need to be a primary, I can be a secondary. As a secondary, he's not doesn't have to feed everybody, he just needs to feed the level 2s, right? But I think we'd like to have him feed the level 1s. So what if I just played a game with this and said they can only do 6 and we only have 6 berries, and if okay, as a level 1, we'd only need 3. So if we did 3 here, we have 3 promotions, upgrade, artisans, that's 6. We could do 4 eggs. Perfect. We're going 3 veggie, 4 eggs. That's going to be our plan, right? And I'm going to go back to the defaults here. And let me just, there. Let me just go back where it was. All right, so 3 veggies, 4 eggs. That's our plan. So 3 veggies. And we probably want them to be out this way, right toward this worker camp, or potentially out this way. Actually, I think we can put them where we want to. So let's go this. Let's go this route. Let's go with a nice wide one and a nice long one. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. 1. 2. And that should be good if we, once we get a little bit more. There we go, there's 3. And that actually will give us our first promotion. Once those are built, that'll give us 5 burgage plots. Oh, and we're still not actually getting any food ourselves. All right, let's get these berries before they go out of season on us. Okay. Okay. Our first one will be trade logistics, as we said. We've got this planned out. Now, our next one will be 2 level 2. So we've got to get our church and all that good stuff. So let's get this guy built, somebody on it, and let's get our hunting.
Come on, people, get
All
to
right.
work.
Notice we have 6. We've already gotten people. We've already got people moving in, adding to our community. Let's get a couple people on those berries. Make sure we get them all. And this one's been built, so let's give it a vegetable garden. Oh. And I really did mean to do this. It's like the first thing I did. I want to get another ox cart. Do we have the money for what we do? We'll be down to 5 coin. I think we can still trade and make some money. We'll be fine. Okay. Kind of wish I'd held off on the veggies, but no matter. I totally forgot this. Okay. Ox cart. We want a second ox coming to help us. We could have done all this even faster. All right, we've got you get somebody on that. We need the food, and we need the to start getting the hides. All right. What is that right there? Oh, the storehouse is going to go back like this, I think.
Bring this here, move that there.
I don't see us building more than one of each, actually. I really don't. For our little village, we can put maybe the church will go right in there. Let's just, while we're thinking of it, I'll forget it. Let's just get a well. The well can go right. Will it go right there? It will. Okay, the well can go right back there. We built 5. We want to build 10 plots. Industries are in here. 10 plots. We could use one if one would fit right there. That would be a good place for a one of the ones we're going to eventually upgrade all the way, so to speak. Now that's a 2-in-1. We kind of don't care, and a 1-in-1 won't fit, so we'll go ahead and build that, and then we'll do. Oh, and we want to make sure we can get out here conveniently. So a road that goes out here like this. Off of that corner would be good, and I think okay, we can halt the construction of that. Okay. See, it's showing 5 people homeless, but they aren't. They really aren't. Okay, we got our well. And we need a saw pit. That's the next. Where are you? Saw pit, and we need a woodcutter as well. Our woodcutter can go here. And this guy, before I forget about it, I want to set his work area to be. Let's say he's going to work this area back here. Our woodcutter can work this area back here. Just stay away from those animals. Actually, our woodcutter can work this area here. It's nice. We need to clear it out anyway. Okay. Now we're already up to 7. 3. How many we built? We built 6. We really want 10. And how many veggie gardens did we say? Well, we've already got 3. We've got our 3. All right, 3 of these and 4 chicken coops. I think that was it. No, that can't be right. I'm sure this was 3. 3 and 3, 6. Yeah, 3 and 4. That's right. Okay. Where are we? Let's see. Start working. I'm going to reserve. Now, I said this incorrectly the first time I saw this. Construction reserve is actually. Reserve will never be used for crafting, so that enough raw resources are left for construction. So the saw pit needs timber, but we're going to say unless there's 5 available, you don't cut. You only cut that 6th one, right? So that you don't end up with the planks taking away all your construction materials and stunting your growth. So he'll work on the overages, and we'll look at a church and we'll say a church, we need 20 planks. So he needs to keep cranking on that. Our woodcutter, we can put somebody on wood cutting, and we can go advanced and define his work area as maybe he can cut this area over here. And knock yourself out, buddy, giving us some firewood. So we've got our wood, we've got our logging camp, we're prepping for the church. We need a tanner. We need some clothing, and we want to put it kind of, honestly, right here would be great. The church
Let's go, people.
can go kind of anywhere. It may actually go right back here. It might be a good place for it. 3, 4, 5, 6. How many we got? 6, yeah. We've got the veggies, so we just need the smaller size ones. Can we build more? No, probably not. All right, go. We'll get somebody on the tanner, even though we're not going to get somebody on the tanner. I take that back. We got 2 timber. Let's build another burgage plot. Right like that. It's gorgeous. That'll be, I think this one, and one more here will be the ones that we use, that we upgrade. These will be our blacksmith and our cobbler. That's probably what we're gonna need. Okay, we've tapped out those so we can get these 2 people back to work, helping us out with everything. And we'll just watch the planks. Oh, we got them. Let's go church. And now we need 5 wood, so let's just hold on until we have 5 wood. 5 timber. We'll put our church, I think, right back here. Be a lovely spot for it. I'm going to just hold it down. And, I want the road to go like that. And we want our church to go right there. We'll just keep it running, and whenever that lights up, as soon as we have our 5th timber, we'll be good. Because we've got the stone, we've got the planks. And we could speed it up slightly by just putting somebody else on this.
Poor quality, you see? Awesome.
Oh, and you know what? We're having storage issues. You can kind of see it. Let's do this and this and see if we can't help clean out the. It's maybe you. Yeah. See, he's getting full. Needs someone to take the hides. Are we working this? Work that. Go work that. There you go. We don't have any builders right now, but that's okay. All right, we got it. Now let's go church right there. And to speed that up, we can kind of drop these guys off. Have a couple people building. If we hadn't dropped one of them off, we wouldn't have anybody building. Now we've got our 2 ox pulling timber, which is really helping. Everything they need is kind of sort of convenient. And we'll double check these guys and see that that's all they need is the church. And then we've got, how many plots have we built? 7, when you want 3 more. I think we want them, can we make a road right here? Yeah. Let's build our last 3. Well, we won't build anything. We don't have any timber right now. Oh, and I'm just going to halt and go over here and just see what it looks like. Look at the food. Look at the food in Bountiful. Bountiful actually is bountiful now. Beautiful. And it's hanging in there on the money, and we can cut back on the imports at some point. Look at this. This is beautiful. I might cry. Ironton looks good now. Do they have somebody? I'm gonna put somebody on that so I don't miss it next year because you know it won't look. How about you guys? How are you looking? Look at all that food. Approval's going up. Hanging in there with the money. All right, going well. Let's get this done and we'll wrap up this episode. Get this next promotion. So what we've done in this one is just establish the community and just about finished it. Now, what do we got? We need 2 level 2s. And all we need is lumber to get that. So let's go put a couple of people back on this. We could just put everybody back on it for a moment. Central running out of fuel. I probably have failed to put somebody on the woodcutter. That'd be my guess. Central, yeah, I'm sure I have. Woodcutter, somebody go to work. 9 months of food, fuel 1 month. Okay, that's fine. That should sort itself out quickly once we have somebody actually cutting wood. And where's our little village right here? Okay, let's upgrade. Upgrade.
We all know what that means.
And get some builders over there. So now we can start our strategy of going for armor. And so we've got basic armor making. We'll start exploiting that in the next episode and get this into kind of a blacksmith's dream village and feel like we've got 4 good solid villages to work from. And then we'll start thinking about when do we want to start pressing claims, because we're getting our influences up. We'd like to have more money here, of course. We'd like to have more money everywhere, but pretty happy with how it's going now. I was getting a little depressed, but I think this is going pretty well, and I hope you enjoyed that. I learned a bunch by making these fixes. Hope that helps you as well. And I really, really recommend the worker camp start for getting this going. We had, I wasn't sure when we started, but seemed like we had a recruit like 2 months out, or the third month or something like that. That's pretty good. And look at our approval. It's at 74%. We got good market food, clothing, church. Everybody's happy. So again, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you got something out of it to improve your game and improve your enjoyment of Manor Lords. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Manor Lords video. Thank you.